All right, everyone. Welcome to Brandon at Random Reviews. I am your host, Brandon Griffiths. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Today on the show, I'll be covering the movie Sideways from October 22nd, 2004, directed by Alexander Payne, and starring Paul Giamatti as Miles, Thomas Hayden Church as Jack, Virginia Madsen as Maya, and Sandra Oh as Stephanie. Brief plot synopsis here. A neurotic, struggling writer named Miles goes with his outgoing actor friend Jack to wine country for Jack's bachelor party. Okay, fair enough. Buckle up. All right, so just Miles is trying to write a book. That's the basic underlying plot of this movie. Is he's trying to get this book published, and he's on like his third publisher, so he has a lot of anxiety talking about the book and talking about publishing the book and things like that. And you know, his friend Jack is telling people that it's getting published and not acting like it's, you know, any big deal, even though it's not necessarily getting published. So you know, that gives Miles further anxiety about it. He's just a very, very neurotic guy. I mean, he's very on edge about a lot of stuff. So they go to wine country. They go out and they do some tastings, and we get a little glimpse of Miles's knowledge of wine.
Let me show you how this is done. First thing, hold the glass up and examine the wine against the light. You're looking for color and clarity. Just get a sense of it, okay?
Okay.
Thick, thin, watery, syrupy. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, tip it. What you're doing here is checking for color density as it thins out towards the rim. That's going to tell you how old it is, among other things. It's usually more important with reds. Okay?
Okay.
Now, stick your nose in it. Don't be
Yeah.
shy. Really get your nose right in there, really. A little citrus. Maybe some strawberry. Passion fruit. And, oh, there's just like the faintest soupçon of like asparagus, and there's just a flutter of like a nutty Edam cheese.
Wow. Strawberries, yeah.
Good.
Strawberries.
Yeah.
It's just like so insane to me. I can't really wrap my head around knowing this much about wine. It just does not seem like it would be the way, you know, like I could never be that into wine. Like, I just don't like it that much, you know. I don't mind it, but it's not something I'd want to get all snobby and, you know, which is absolutely what Miles is. He's a total wine snob. Jack makes it abundantly clear after a couple of tastings that he is going on this trip and he intends to get laid before he gets married. And obviously, you know, Miles isn't a fan of this, and Jack would also like to get Miles laid because he feels like that's what he needs, but he doesn't, you know, he doesn't have a lot of success in convincing Miles that's necessary. I like a lot of the cinematography in this movie, a lot of the different ways that they shot this movie. There's a scene where they're in wine country and they are going to a tasting, and we get this like split screen view of like watching the wine process of like how it's being made, and it's very cool. Like, they're pulling the grapes off the vine, they're stacking them all up, they're processing it. It's all very awesome. I mean, it's just, every time I look at it, I think, oh my God, this is so fucking cool. And there's also a scene later in the movie where they go, Miles and Jack go and they meet Maya and Stephanie for dinner, and there's just like basically a montage. You know, they start off the dinner and they're talking and they're having a good time, and they basically just do a montage of all of the stuff that goes on at dinner, and they don't really, you know, share much of what they're talking about. You can just tell they're having a good time and they're enjoying themselves. And so there's also a scene that is like the defining scene of this movie for me. It is a scene before they go into the restaurant where Maya and Stephanie are, and it's Jack and Miles, and Jack pulls Miles aside and explains to him just how he feels about everything.
Just try to be your normal, humorous self, okay? The guy you were before the tailspin. Do you remember that guy? People love that guy. And don't forget, your novel is coming out in the fall.
Oh, really? How exciting. What's it called?
Come here, Miles. Come here. Do not sabotage me. If you want to be a fucking lightweight, then that's your call, but do not sabotage me.
Oh, aye, Captain, you got it.
And if they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot!
Okay, relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot. Did you bring your Xanax? All right. Do not drink too much. You hear me? I don't want you passing out or going to the dark side. No going to the dark side.
Okay.
And so that's one great scene that I really love. I really enjoy that one. There's a lot to love about this movie. I mean, Miles is I guess you could call him a lovable character, but he's also a hateable character. But it's like you get it. You like, as the movie progresses, you kind of like feel for him and you understand what he's going through. And you should, I mean, like Jack, it's funny. It's a lot of comic relief from Jack because, you know, he gets himself into trouble a lot of times in this movie. And Miles has to be there to pick up the pieces. And it's a lot of fun, guys. So casting notes, George Clooney really campaigned for the role of Jack, but they felt he was too big of a star to be in the role. Miles's opinions on wines, and he is, as you noted in the clip there, he was very passionate about how he felt about, you know, Merlot and Cab Franc, and he really loves Pinot Noir, and it's fantastic. It's just so great. And so, like, apparently that they just, like, it affected wine sales. Like, it basically, like, they linked it to this movie as being, like, a reason that they didn't have all of the stuff that, you know, like, they didn't have all the sales that they normally would have. There is a sequel to the original novel this movie was based on called Vertical, and apparently there is no intention anymore to make that into a movie. I can't say that I really blame them. I don't think this movie needs a sequel. I doubt the book needed a sequel, but, you know, that's how things are. Runtime, 127 minutes, which might just be a shade too long, just a little bit. Budget, $16 million. Worldwide gross, $109.7 million. IMDb ratings, 7.5. Rotten Tomato critics score, 97%. Rotten Tomato audience score, 79%. Personal rating, 5 out of 5 stars. I really love this one. I love the way they tell the story and the different threads that there are going on. It's a lot of fun, guys. I really recommend checking it out. It's not like a laugh out loud comedy, but it's a drama with a lot of comic relief, I'll say. So just give it a shot if you feel like it might be up your alley. You know, let me know what you think of this whole video format, obviously. If you have any critiques or anything. All right. Thank you very much for checking out the new video. Have a good day. Brandon at Random Reviews is performed, written, directed, produced, and edited by Brandon Griffiths. Theme music is performed by Augusto Diniz from Fiverr.